Friends, it is August 2025, and it is time to work on our card club cards. My name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the paper chef, and we're going to create this simple card to start out this week of Card on Blue crafting. Card on Blue is the name of my card club, and you can join my card club by going to the link in the description of this video. And it's a link that says something to the effect of Paper Chefs, Kits, Clubs, and Offerings. There you're going to find all kinds of links, including how to join the card club. You're also going to find a link on how to request this catalog. This catalog is our new catalog, and we are not basing this card on this catalog. This is just something that's coming out next month, and I want you to have time to order the catalog so that I can get the catalogs. I have to order them and pay for them from Stampin' Up. So order one from me, then I'm going to get them and then mail it to you. Okay, so this is something else that you might be interested in. And if you like the catalog, which I cannot open yet, then you are going to love one of the products that we're going to feature in that catalog. And that is, we are going to feature Jolly Delivery because I said so. Now, I usually let you guys vote, but this time there was no vote. It was, I'm deciding that this is the next workshop series. Now, you do still get to vote. All the Card on Blue Card Club members get to vote, and I have proof of you voting for this stamp set for this month, the month of August. Next month, you voted on a Christmas type of, well, it could be holiday related, and we're going to have lots of new DSP in your next month's card club with lots of variety and a Christmas vibe. So that's next month, but this month, we're still kind of in a summer vibe, aren't we? It's a travel vibe. This is what we're making. All the products, including the paper and this stamp set's available now. But let's get to this. If you want to join this event, just scan the QR code and go ahead and pause the video. Although I want you to catch up, just pause the video, take a screenshot, and then you can always scan the QR code later. Or just go to Kits, Clubs, and Offerings, and you're going to get to join in on this bingo event. My bingo events, if you've been to them, I see a lot of you are coming into the live stream, and I thank you. Please let people know what the Zooms are like. We don't just play bingo. We socialize. We create cards. We craft along. You get some products and a chance to win. There's 4 rounds of bingo. You get a chance to win 4 bundles, and the grand prize winner gets something extra as well. This will be one of the bundles as well as one of your prizes, if that's what you choose. But you can just join along with whatever supplies you have. You don't necessarily have to have the sentiments from this set, which, by the way, are larger than, see, they're larger actually than the front of the case. But I like it for all the critters and the DSP. That's why I like this. But you can use whatever products you want. So that's Jolly Delivery Bingo. Okay, then that's the catalog request. And I'll talk more about my auction, which is why I've disappeared. I did not realize my auctions were going to be so popular. I've been packing boxes all weekend. And it's a good problem to have because I'm destashing. And, of course, at the same time, I'm also loving the Whatnot platform, and I'm also getting stuff and destashing. But that's another story. We're going to create this card, but that's where I disappeared to. Every Friday I have an auction. I'll tell you about that at the end of this video. So what you're going to do is take out Know That You Are Loved. A lot of these stamps in this set are curved. Now, so what you want to do when you get a curved stamp of any kind, don't try to stick it to the block because you're going to mess up the curve if you try to do something like that yourself, unless you have something that you're going to try to shape it to. Instead, take your stamp and just drop it onto your glass mat or your table, and then put the stamping block on it. The curve will not get messed up, and you're going on the natural curve of the photopolymer stamp. I'm loving this Secret C. It's a good neutral color. It's a dark, it almost looks black, but it's dark blue, and it works way better than the Memento Black, in my opinion. So I'm going to use the Secret C to stamp with. So you always want to take, this is, oh, by the way, I'll show you all the other cards we're making this month at the end of this video. I have lots of surprises at the end of all my videos if you're not used to coming on my channel. And if this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe, like the video, and make a comment, and all the things. Okay, so you're going to test it on your sticky note, right? Then you're going to get one of these deckled circles. Okay, one of these, unfortunately, these are retired. One of these I did sell at the auction, and I probably have another one at some point to sell in the future. But I'm pacing myself. Every week I have some things. All right, hold on. Let's see. I almost did it upside down. Not that it matters. No, it doesn't really matter. Know that you are loved. Okay, so I want to turn it this way. I did that a couple times where I accidentally put the sentiment on. I want to put the sentiment this way. Know that you are loved, going to the right. If not, it's going to have to be shown. If you do it the other way, and I did give you 2 circles, just flip them over if you have a problem. When I say I gave you 2 circles in your card club kit. Okay, we want it to go that way. Now, if not, and you cut it the other way, it can always be on this side of the card, and then they put the DSP on the other side of the card. Ask me how I know. I had already done some the other way. So you're going to do that with the secret C. Okay, the next step is going to be close the secret C. And then the other colors you're going to be needing today are Azure Afternoon and Crushed Curry. We're going to use the Azure Afternoon for the airplanes. And it is kind of juicy. And sometimes you can just take well, you can use this. We can use this old Amazon gift card. You can just kind of scrape off the extra ink because my planes were a little fuzzy. But first, what I want you to do is take your trimmer, looking around for ink that's going to get all over everything. Let's put that over there. And we're going to take our trimmer and we're going to trim off our circles. I always try to make 2 of everything when I'm stamping in case I mess up something. So go ahead in there and trim off. Go like this, flip it around, like so. And you want to trim off 3/4 of an inch. So you want to line that up. If you need to, just kind of, you want to make sure it's lined up evenly. You can kind of use a sticky note, okay, to kind of line this up evenly. And that's good. 3/4 of an inch. Move it over a little bit, like so. Close the trimmer and get the other circle out of there so it doesn't. And you're going to do that, okay? So we have this kind of circle shape like that. I don't know. I just made that up. Well, why not? I just thought it was a cool way of getting it to fit on the card without covering my suitcase. So it was actually out of necessity. But then, and you can also look on that side for the 3/4 of an inch and just do it this way. It was out of necessity not to cover my little suitcase on the DSP. But then I kind of was like vibing with it and I said, oh, I like that kind of look anyway. Okay, next you want to stamp your airplanes and we're going to scrape off the extra ink. And so this is the card we're making. I'd like to always have a reference point of what we're making. So we have to get the Azure Afternoon, and if it's too juicy, which mine kind of was, the planes will look a little fuzzy. And you can kind of figure that out when you start. You'll just see. You'll see that it kind of, when your stamp looks kind of mushy, then you know then it's too much ink on there. All right, let me put this over there, and we're going to take the airplanes, and I have to look because first I stamped them upside down. I want this plane flying this way so that, this plane flies that way. Okay, like that. And then this plane flies this way. All right, I think that's the way it's supposed to look. I mean, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, and that's, if not, it's upside down. All right, and you're going to tap, 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 and you're going to stamp it in there. Now, if it's too juicy and you're like, I don't like it, then you can take your credit card or something, right? And scrape off. Look how much stuff got on there. I mean, look at that. There's a lot of extra, right? And I didn't even re-ink this. This is just one of those colors I've had for a while, but it's still just so juicy. But you got to get it quick because it still be too juicy. If, once you scrape it, you kind of get, oh, that's much better than my example one. All right, so it only works temporarily because the juice starts getting back in there and it gets fuzzy again. Look at the difference between how fuzzy that is compared to the one I just did a little scrape on. So that's just a little trick for you when you're stamping. Scrape off the excess ink and get a nice crisp image. And now we need we need to wipe that off. Let's see. Where are my baby wipes? Baby wipes, my baby wipes. I miss you, oh how I miss you. All right, here we go. I got to do this because I save old cards even after I've used them for crafting purposes. Now we're going to take the crushed curry. So for that, you need a little, I say crushed curry because it's one of the colors, coordinating colors, in the on-the-go designer series paper. Now, at the time when I planned on using this paper for this club, and I love to use blue. I use something with blue every month. Well, you know, it didn't know it was going to just like be on the last chance list. So if you like this paper or love this paper, like I love this paper, I love the whole travel vibe. It's on the last chance list right now. So I don't know how long it's going to be around. I'm going to take a stamping block. I'm going to stamp some ink. And now we have some crushed curry on the stamping block. Tap, tap, tap. Get the blob of crushed curry off. And then just start going to town. We want to get a few blobs of this crushed curry on there. We'll do one up there. Instead of going all around it, I just did it this way. I just kind of, well, again, it was just me just kind of playing around, and it kind of looked cool to have sort of a mottled look. So I did some there and some there, and we'll do a little bit over there. Okay, just a little bit. Now that gave it a nice kind of, a nice little area covered. And then to the right, it's going to contrast with the white paper that you put it on. So that's always cool. Let's do it again with this one. And see which one we like better. There should be enough crushed curry on there. Tap, tap, tap. And again, blob. And let's see, turn it this way. A little blob. Inking it up. Tap, 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 tap. And some over there. All right, we looking good. I kind of like that one better. I mean, the crispness of the planes. The blobs are very similar. So there's that. Now we're going to take the card base, and I'll give you the measurements for that later. But we're going to just take one from your... Every card on Blue Card Club gets 8 card bases each month. And like there usually is going to be 2 that are horizontal, and then 2 that are going to be like vertical cut. Let's see. Example. This one's going to be a fun fold, but you're going to be cutting it some more. So we're going to do a fun fold this month. Kind of a fun fold. Not too... Everything's pretty simple what we do in the card club compared to my workshop series. These 2 are better to show you. So you're going to get... You get 4 card bases. So like you'll get the Balmy Blue, 2 of those. This month you got 2. You're not getting this club. If you get it, you're getting next month's club. Then you got 2 of the Bubble Bath with the 4 Stampin' Up! Medium envelopes and 4 of the inserts, of the basic white inserts. And then you got 4 of these Azure Afternoon, or 2 of each. So you have 8 card bases, more than enough die cuts for all your cards. I even gave you extra die cuts. You get embellishments, card inserts, and if you didn't get your bubble puffy stickers yet, you got puffy stickers this month. A sheet of puffy stickers. Some little ribbon samples. Okay, my puffy stickers, not everybody got them yet because I was waiting for them to come in. Anyway, I'll give you the measurements later. Card Club's a good value because every 6 months, we're going to take this piece here. It's really cool. It's the other side of it. And we're going to cut the piece. It's already 5 1/4. It should be 5 1/4 across by 4 inches. That's your base layer. 5 1/4. Should already be 5 1/4 by 4. So every 6 months, you get a swag bag. When my mom was sewing, it's a hand-sewn swag bag. Otherwise, I might give you a bag with like a different kind of bag. Or sometimes like you get a swag apron with stuff in the pockets. You get swag every 6 months. And you never know what it's going to be. It's very fun to get swag. So you get rewarded for staying in the club. You don't have to subscribe to the club, but you could just order it month to month. Isn't that cute? So we're going to go ahead and put that down. We can just go ahead and attach it to the card base because this is a simple card with a simple design. This one's all about, like, let the stamps do the work. Okay, this is I don't need dimensionals. Well, you could use dimensionals. I'm looking for my Seal Plus. Seal Plus. This is Seal Plus. It's an adhesive. So this paper is really cool. Like, some sides have, like, busy patterns and the other, like, every piece has a busy pattern and sort of like a plain pattern. We want this sort of wavy looking pattern. All right. So on the go paper. Now you could use this piece for the next part, but I want to use the piece with the luggage. So I'm going to see what I got here. I hope I have a piece that's big enough that has luggage. Oh, by the way, speaking of luggage, I'll show you my little suitcases. I made loads of these for for a swap I was doing. And I'll show you my finished one. I have that too. I still have one, I think. Let's look for a piece of luggage. And if not, we'll use a different piece. I don't know what would the other side of it look like. I don't want to cut open a new pack right now. All right. Okay, let's see. What was the other side of it? It was that piece there. I may have used it all up and have to use a different pattern. We could use that other pattern. All right. We're working on scraps. This is my only full sheet of this paper right now, except for the ones that are already cut for kits. And I don't want to use the same ones, cut for kits. Now, what you want to do is take this piece. And what I did is the reason I came up with this size paper was because I didn't want to block the luggage. I wanted to see a lot of the pattern. You could cover the whole front, but I also really was trying to show the back of this paper too, because I liked it. So that's where I came up with this kind of vibe for the card. So, oh, look what I just found. I just found a piece with the luggage. Yay for the piece with the luggage. All right, so we're going to make it, this will be a little smaller than this. It was like 3.5. Hold on, let's find. Do I have notes or did I just totally wing this off the top? Did I just make this up as I went along or did I write it down? Okay, I wrote 3.25 by 3.5. I wrote 3.25 by 3.5. 3.25 by 3.5. So I must be 3 and 3/4. 3 and 3/4 by, I must have went like this way, 3 and 3/4. Yep. I'm going to go up a little higher like that. Okay, I'm going to turn it around. It was 3 and 3/4. Okay, by 3.5. All right, I just want to make sure the luggage is not covered. So we're going to test this for a moment. See? Let's find my circle. Oh, perfect. Perfect. And it might even be smaller. So let's see if it's 3.5. 3.5. Yep, it's just about 3.5. So we'll just get a little smidgen of that off. Either way, if it wasn't, I was trying to make sure that I didn't get that part off. So I'm glad I did save a piece. I knew I was like, when I did this, I said, I'm saving a piece for our card for Card Club. Actually, I should have one more piece so we could actually make 2 cards right now. So we probably will just go ahead and do that. As I'm vibing with you here, I told you we're doing a travel vibe. Okay, so for me, the best place to travel I've ever traveled, my still favorite place in the world is Bali, Indonesia. We were actually married there, my husband and I. So, what about you guys? What is your favorite place, your happy place? It could be like staycation is your happy place. You don't even like to travel. Or maybe you only like to go on cruises and you don't care where the boat goes. Where do you guys like to travel to? Oh, see, you're going to line up the flat part on there. Now, I didn't pop it up with dimensionals, but you can. But I thought since the little puffy stickers are puffed up, I just left this one flat. And then I let the puffy stickers be the puffy, puffed up a little. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to say hi to you and why I'm making a second card. Because I already have the stuff. Okay, we have that. And look at this. These are pieces from my auction. I have all these little papers saying, random crafty goodness, number 5. It was like, I feel like I could be an auctioneer. I speak so fast. So a lot of my life people tell me I speak too fast. But this is like, actually, I'm at an advantage now. On this being an auctioneer now. My speaking so fast has actually come in handy. Okay, I'm doing 3.5 by 3 3/4. Okay, I'm doing one of them, and I'm going to get the other piece. I think I already have another piece of this already cut. Look at that. And I already have another card already made. I try to sometimes like to see if black was one of the coordinating colors, so I picked the black for this kind of horizontal card, and I just sometimes make a lot of extras. All right. I'm just going to say hi to you guys and you coming in, and then I'm going to see what you guys say about your travel preferences. Okay, we have Christina. All right, Christina knows she was at my auctions. Thank you, Christina. And she's also a YouTube channel member. I appreciate you. So did you get notified I was coming live? I didn't really decide until I decided earlier, but I didn't post it till right before I came live because I was like, am I going to be able to do this tonight? Did I get my catalogs? Enough of the catalogs ready to mail for tomorrow. I'm on a mission because I know that the mail is so slow. But I did. And I'm getting them out. All right. Well, anyway, let's keep saying hi. Melissa's here from Texas. Nice to see you again. I'm sticking. Oh, by the way, notice there's a little, I'm leaving a little bit of a 1/4 inch margin on this card. Okay, like you see how there's, because I love this paper back here. I didn't want to block this other paper, so I left the 1/4 inch margin plus this whole little section. We get, you're going to get to see the waves. If you decide, you want to cover the whole back, it's your card. It's your paper. You have more than enough paper to do whatever you want. It's just that sometimes the patterns on the paper dictate my design. All right, there's my airplanes. Now we need some bubble stickers. Then we need the measurements. We're going to keep saying hi. All right, we're going to go down the line and see who's here. Hello, Janet. Nice to see you again. You just took this set out tonight? That is perfect, Janet. I'm so glad you took it out tonight. Well, you already guessed. It's third. You probably said, it's about time that Kim does these tutorials for the month. So you get 2 kinds of paper, by the way. So what your paper packets look like is this. Like you get a package of like this. It would say Everyday Skies Designer Series paper. And then this one, what did I call this? On the Go. This paper's called On the Go. So you get 12 sheets of the DSP, and then you get some specialty papers. Whenever we use specialty papers, you get 12 sheets of the 6x6. Then you get like 12 sheets of this. And then you get your 8 card bases, all your die cuts with extra die cuts, your ribbon, embellishments, and your swag every 6 months. I mean, the card club is a fun thing. So I'm glad you got it out tonight. Janet always follows along with the stamp sets we're using for card club. All right. And she just did a fun project on her scan and cut. That's Jen's Creative Stampers. Thank you. I'm glad you did a scan and cut project. Jen, I know you like my bingos. So I announced that I'm having a bingo. Oops, I'm just going to tell you again. If you got here late at the beginning of this, I'm having a bingo. Jolly delivery. And you could scan in the QR code and sign up for that. And all you guys with the highlighted names get a discount. So like Christina Full and anybody that's a YouTube channel member or a Paper Chef team member. You know who you are, Paper Chefs. Hello, Cards by Chris. Nice to see you again. Hello, Deborah from New South Wales, Australia. Hello, Laura Ann. She's a Paper Chef. She knows about the team discount. Hey, Yvette Smith, how are you? Glad to see you back on the channel. And Leslie Outback Stamping is here. See, when I go on really late on the East Coast, I get my Aussie friends, and then I get my West Coast friends, and here's some Canada friends. We have Lisa from Ontario, Canada, so that's good. And Deborah is here again. Glenda is here, and Phil Ham. Nice to see you guys. All right. Okay, now we got some travel answers. So we have, this was Deborah saying Australia is her favorite place, right? That's nice, because you're there, right? So, and Diane says, hello from Savannah. I love traveling to Savannah too. Anyway, by the way. All right, Galveston, Texas. That's where my hubby is from. So, Christina, I'm going to tell him that you said that was your favorite place. Yeah, the auctions are fun. And, oh, she got notified I was coming on live. Good, good, good. Oh, the Texas Hill Country. Caroline Babcock is here. Another channel member visits the Texas Hill Country. You guys love Texas. Glenda is here. So she said, you lost everything in your house fire? Oh, I'm so sorry. That is so sad. Are you a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? Because if you are, and you lost things in a house fire, Glenda, you need to contact them and show documentation because they will help you with a starter kit to get back on your feet. I've heard them do that before. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm adding to this cute little card with some of these bubble stickers, which are also on the last chance list. So you just got to figure out where to put them. And I'm going to keep saying hi, but I wanted to get back to this. So you see how I put a few, like I put a couple arrows here and a star? You can just pick 3 to 5 or some odd number. Okay, like something looks cute over here. Let's put one of these little arrows like this over here, kind of pointing in. Okay, I think I might put 5 on these other ones. I was being cautious with that. So let's put this cute little stamp up here on this piece of luggage in the corner. Isn't that puffy sticker cute? That's number 2. All right, let's put one of these little map markers. Okay, we're going to X marks the spot. Let's put one right there. The little map markers. We got 1, 2, 3. All right, let's put another arrow going this way. This paper is like Shy Shamrock. I think the Azure Afternoon will stick out and be nice. It'll contrast with everything. So let's put one right there. A little contrasting arrow pointing that way. And we need something down here. All right, we need, okay, there's crushed curry is already there and the pumpkin pie. So let's put, oh, this will be cute. We're going to put here, one of these. Okay, one of these little cute arrows. Okay, so those little puffy stickers just really make your card. And then people are going to like poke on them and feel them and go, oh, 3D. And how much fun is that? And if you put, I mean, I wonder if Wink Costello would work on the 3Ds. You know I like to put Wink Costello on everything. So does it stick to the 3Ds? I don't know. Oh, I think it does. Now, I don't know if it'll dry right, but let's put some on there. You know, we can only just try it to find out. They're kind of like a little clay-like surface. And if it slips off, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's just glue. It just dry. It's like glitter glue. And you know what? It would look cute to make the airplanes glittery too. I don't know why I didn't think of this for my first card. And it also helps when your airplane is a little blotchy to use the Wink Costello on it to even it out. Oh, I like it. Now I spit on that card there. So there's like I must have either stripped on it or spit on it because there's a little drop of water on that one, but it doesn't matter. It's homemade. It looks kind of cute. Okay, we're going to just finish off the little touches on that card. That one just had 3 stickers. And let's now just decide where to put the stickers on here. Oh, this one was really nice, crisp stamping there. I like that they gave us a couple different size airplane stamps. All right, I think that will be cute. Maybe this little tag. We'll use a little tag sticker up here in the corner. All right, and we can use a little arrow. Here, we'll just use this arrow over here. I like putting something on the circle. All right, we didn't use any of these arrows yet. So let's put here. We're going to use one that's Azure Afternoon. I'm going to point it up a little bit. All right, let's get a star, and we're going to put a star right there. This color. This color is crushed curry. 2, 3, 4. We need something small. We're going to put a little marker, a little map marker. Here we go. A little map marker right on the next to the map. Oh, isn't that cute? The little puffy stickers. I love this suite because On The Go suite it was one of those online exclusives, but it has all these like really bright colors. Everything is fun, and it has, if you buy the little suitcases, also on the last chance list, which makes me upset. I'm going to have to stock up on them because I like to put them in my workshop kits. Like you just got one we just made one of the suitcases for the Halloween, and they're already on the last chance list. We've made all kinds of stuff in the Halloween thing, but let me show you what's on the last chance list here. This little guy is on the last chance list, these little suitcases. Oh, actually, I have one with the travel theme. After I write the measurements, I'll show you my travel theme. You guys need to get those if you guys like to do a lot of 3D gifting. Boxes are already made for you. All right, so say you do smear, like say ink gets on something, you can't really tell. Maybe it's just me. But like if you do like accidentally spit on your card, can't make this stuff up. This actually happens to me. Well, then you can use Wink Costello and kind of blur the letters if you want. I would kind of make it look like it was supposed to be like that. I'm just trying to clean up this, and I'm going to put the piece of paper down to write the measurements. But that card is pretty easy, right? It's pretty easy. It's pretty fun. And since there's not a whole lot of measurements, I'm going to make the half sheet here. We're just going to do that. And we're going to write Azure. Why am I writing Azure Afternoon? That's only one of the colors. Hold on. Why am I using red? Okay, let's use this card. I meant to say basic black. I'm talking about the card base. So the card base Okay, you have a card base, basic black cardstock. It is 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. This is a review, guys. It's an A2 card. Opening it back up, it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You get 2 out of 1 sheet of cardstock. Now, layer 1. You're going to make it horizontal with the little waves of the paper. And it is, 5 1/4. Layer 1 is 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Once again, it's layer 1 is 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Layer 2 is much smaller. It is 3 and... Okay, this side is going to be, it's 3.5 by 3, and it's 3.5 by 3 3/4, where 3 3/4 is the height one. So then the card ends up looking like this. Okay, like that. So this is taller than this, but I didn't really draw it to scale. So layer 2 is 3.5 going this way, and 3 3/4 going that way. And then you're gonna take. I'm just gonna write the ink. You're gonna also take 3/4, so the semicircle's like this, and you're going to remove 3/4 of an inch of the circle off of the side. It actually overlaps that, but you get the idea. And now for ink, we have Secret C. It's one of the new ink colors. I like it as a replacement for black a lot of the times. And now that's where I was writing Azure Afternoon, because I saw it on the airplanes. Azure Afternoon, and then Crushed Curry. So those are your 3 colors. Okay, thank goodness for Janet, who's way more organized than me, and she'll probably type these up and put them in the description of this video so we have it for posterity. And then sometimes I type up tutorials for my card club, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Okay, there you go. That's the measurements. Take your screenshot. That's your card. And if you accidentally stamped your sentiment on backwards, then put your sentiment on that side, put your luggage on that side. Either way. All right. Hello, Deborah, Elaine. Nice to see you. Oh, so good. Some people have been sending you stuff, Glenda. That's good. Okay, didn't get notified, Diane. Be sure to click on the bell to get notified. Over here in the corner, there's a little bell. And it's like a little bell, and you want to say all notifications from the channel. Say, please tell you. Okay, so yours has been coming out gold and not clear. Did you put dye in your Wink of Stella? Because you could put did you put some of some colors in it? Because you could put your re-inker in it. Or is it coming out dark because you just kind of squeezed it out and too much came out? Hey, Lynn's reminding you to remember to like the video. And hello, Betty. Nice to see you again. Okay, so while I'm saying hi, you guys, if you haven't been at one of my live auctions, they're Fridays at 3 until further notice. Let me find my little QR code. All right, that's the complimentary Stampin' Up! Catalog, how to order that, and then I'll try to find the one for my auctions, because I have a lot of stuff to destash. And I'm going to be doing that indefinitely until I'll probably be going on every Friday at 3 o'clock until Black Friday, because that's how much stuff I have. And I'll have different stuff every week, and sometimes it'll just be like random crafty goodness. And sometimes it'll be like, I still have a few inks here and there, cardstock here and there, designer series paper. I have bundles. I have stamp sets. Just my retired stuff. All right, somewhere was my auction piece of paper. You know what? Just look in the description of this video and you can find it. All right, so now I'll show you. I'm going to keep on saying hi, but I'm going to show you the other cards we're making this month with our stamp set. Here's our stamp set. All right. And you guys tell me. This is card number 1, and we used On the Go Designer Series paper. Okay. Okay, this is number 1. This is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be number 2, but do you guys want to, just let me know what you want to make next. And we have a fun fold. I was going to stick with this paper, On the Go, and you're going to use some, instead of the ribbon that I sent you, you're going to use a little piece of twine. If you didn't get your twine and your bubble thing, let me know. Your bubble stickers. Well, you don't have to let me know. You'll be getting them soon. So this card is a fun fold. That's why you have the extra crushed curry in your kit. And then we could switch it up and use the Everyday Skies. We can make the ribbon card. So just write in the chat, hello. That's a hello card. We have a thank you card, or we have a travel card. Just sticking with the travel. It still says thanks, but just write. We're going to call this one travel. Travel, hello, or thanks. Whatever one you want to make next. This one uses the arched sentiment with the arched everyday arches, the actual arches, and so does this. These arches actually go with this. It's a set of dies that's part of the Everyday Arches bundle, which is a pretty awesome bundle. So this is another arch. We'll be using 3 arches, and we used 1 circle. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? I want to go back and see if anybody wrote about the favorite place to travel. If you didn't get a chance to do that, you know, we got a lot of Texas here. A lot of people love traveling to Texas. So Glenda's saying she loves the Sunday night therapy of being on here. Okay, road trip to Washington State, Caroline's saying. Yeah, Washington's a beautiful state. My uncle lives there. Oh, no, he doesn't live there. He lives in Oregon. But I've been there. I've been to the San Juan Islands and all those places out there with the beautiful islands. Sometimes I forget the names of places. New Zealand's fantastic, Deborah's saying. So she's talking about Galveston too. Okay. Hey, first time live. Cool. Welcome, Emma. So you were born in the UK and lived in Canada, but Australia is your favorite place. That's what Leslie said. Oh, you got a lot of well wishes about your house there. All right, I'm not going to be able to get to read all the comments. I mean, there's just so many. But let's just jump to the end here and see what we have for the votes about this card. So we have hello, and then we have the fun fold, which is the travel card, and then we have the favorite place to travel is anywhere, Jenna's saying. Okay, Phil's saying mountains of Tennessee, Hawaii, Kauai, Elaine's saying. Oh, yeah, I love Hawaii, Elaine. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Lynn's into the staycation, has no desire to go anywhere. And Glenda's saying travel card and fun fold. Oh, I got way more votes on this one. So this one's next. We're going to stick with this paper. That way we'll do all the on-the-go paper. And then we're going to, after we do the on-the-go paper, we will do the Everyday Skies paper. All right, let's see. What else do I want to show you? I want to show you my little suitcase. All right, oops, got to get my... I'm coming back. I didn't leave. My friend made me. My friend made me a suitcase as well. I want to show you the suitcase I made with this paper. And then my friend made me one. So there's Tic Tacs in this. This was my swap. Not Tic Tacs. I think they're Altoids. The Altoids mints. But there's these little keys that are... There's like a double... This is like a double suite. Everyday Arches was not part... This was part of... The Everyday Arches has like arches that go with the stamp set. But then this one, or this one, I think it's called Tags, 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 or something like that. Tags to go, or on the go, or... Anyway, the paper has another suite, and in that suite, it has these little keys. So that's how I decorated the little luggage. And then my friend, Sandra, gave me this one. I want to see what's in here, because I might have needed to eat it. Yes, I needed to eat this. I'm going to take this out and eat it. Because this was, I saw her at one of the events. It says, you're going places. She used a different stamp. My friend Sandra. Okay, from Guam. And I like how she decorated the sides of the suitcase and as well, and she used the paper. So like there's a lot you could do with these little things that are, you know, on the last chance list. Last chance. Last chance. All right, we got it. We got to like, we sing on this channel. We don't sing well, but we sing. And I think that's about all I can do for now. I can't find anything else I was about to show you, but just remember, I will open this and do a walkthrough in September. I can't open it yet, which is why it's taped shut, but you can request it using the QR code. Use the link in the description to attend my next Whatnot auction on Friday. I'll just announce it more when I come back on. I'll probably be back on tomorrow with this card. Tuesday night, I have a Grow Your Crafty Business meeting with my people, with some of the group that we have. We're working on growing our crafty businesses. I have a group for that. So I'm doing that on Tuesday. I don't think I'll be on after that. So we'll do, tomorrow will be Monday, and then we'll do, let's see, Wednesday and Thursday probably. We'll finish, then we'll do these cards. And we might split it up with some Halloween stuff, but we're going to slip in all these cards this week. We're going to try to get them all done by Friday. Oh, no, Friday I might be burnt out. But we're going to be, by Friday, hopefully all these are done. And then I'm going to do my auction. All right, well, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Thank you for coming. Have a great evening. And let's see what it says. Am I working from my she shed? Yes. Betty, I'm on my she shed. I'm in my she shed, working from my she shed. And I cannot even walk in my she shed because I've been doing these auctions, which are like wild, fantastic. Like I've had over 100 like different orders to fill. That's, I mean, even more than that items. But like I've sold so much of my used stuff. So, you know, we have fun clearing out, you know, doing some destashing. Then I'm going to be able to have more tutorials after I get destashed. By Good Friday, I'm hoping to be destashed. Well, the main stuff. And then after that, I'm going to just have little shows here and there. And then next year, do some more. But I'm going to be doing this every Friday. All right. Got to get rid of some retired stuff. After doing like 50 mystery boxes, I didn't even make a dent. All right. See you later. Bye for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening.